All right, let's start this thing. Let's see if it's working. It is starting to pop up. There it is. It's working. Oh, and I'm getting a message. Hold on a minute. Anyway, howdy. Let me message her back real quick. This is one of my neighbors. Just asking me about a barbecue. I was going, what? Anyway, okay, I'm back. One of my neighbors apparently gave another one of my neighbors a barbecue, and her brother or son told her that hey, yeah, our neighbor gave us that one, so she thought it was me. But I'm pretty sure it was the guy across the street from me that gave it to her. Anyway, I am back. I said this earlier that I was going to get back on this afternoon, and it's way after this afternoon. I'm a little late. I went shopping earlier. I didn't think it was going to take as long, and then after I got back and finally got all the groceries put away. Hey, let me grab this crap too. And then I ate something, and I didn't even realize how late it was getting, so I finally got on here. And I am almost ready to go on that wild pig hunt. That's what I said I was going to do earlier. I've really been meaning to do this for a while, and I'll show you what I am talking about in the, if you weren't here earlier, in the title of this video. I was talking about this. I can get Hog-Wild player title if I get 72 more rad hogs, and I need a lot more spices to make them. I think I only got about a third of the spices now, maybe a little bit more than a third. But yeah, you have to make them by cooking them on here. And grilled red hog chops. There we go. So I need 2 meats for each one of these 28 spices I have. So that's 56. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go try to kill 56 hogs. That'll only give me a little over a third. And then I'll have to try the rest after I get more spices. And speaking of spices, maybe I should... Well, you know what? Let me do this first. I gotta get rid of some crap in my inventory. 2 spices right there.
Artisan's Corner is the place for creative hands-on learning, and the Wilderness Survival Experience is our most popular program yet.
Why do I got... Oh, yeah, black titanium, you get it when you kill death claws, I think.
Are you ready for the thrill and excitement of life in a
Wait, you know what? I want to check one more thing from him.
By popular demand, this month's creative learning classes are on
Acid.
Wilderness
Yeah.
Survival. Courses and crafting
I got a little bit too
materials
much
are now
money, so I'm trying to buy a few things that I might need just to get rid of a little bit of money so I don't go over 40,000 again. So you can't go over 40,000 or you just lose money. Wait. One more thing here. All this prep work makes me thirsty. Is that it? All that frickin' black titanium, where's it go? Where did it go? I know where it goes. You know what, put some of these in here. And I don't need to be carrying these either. Or something. I don't need this many scrap kits either. Where the hell's that black titanium I saw in my inventory a while ago? Did I pass it? There is no black titanium in here. What's up with that? Thought it was black titanium ore. Let me look again. It's not there. I don't know what's going on. It wasn't ore, then it was just black titanium that went into here when I scrapped it. Okay, never mind. Oh, wait, where am I? What am I doing? Get off of there. Pressed the wrong button and he got out of control. He's doing his own thing. I control you, buddy. You don't control me. I need to dump a few things. I don't need that water. I don't need them either. Okay, that's it. All those. Look at that. Got rid of most of this stuff this morning that I don't want here. There we go. Don't need that. That.
Is under our protection.
Today's security status is red.
All right.
Please take appropriate
Think I
precautions.
am good.
Place for creative hands-on learning, and the wilderness survival experience is our most popular
And
program yet.
time to go wild hogging. I need to put on some armor though because that place is dangerous. A lot of death claws. I think death claws is the only things that I'm worried about. Oh, and they got those Hog-Wilds too. But those rad scorpions and most of the other stuff's not too tough. They have
Prepare for danger. Prepare for adventure. Prepare for
what are
survival.
they called? Burned raiders or burning raiders or whatever. Most of those are not too bad, but the ones with the armor that have the Gatling lasers and Gatling plasmas and Gatling everythings, man, they'll tear you up. So, what am I doing? Put on your armor, buddy. Need to put fusion core in. Yep. Okay, I'm going to check the chat real quick before I fast travel.
Life is an adventure.
Nobody watching. Nobody's been here yet. Yep. Figured it was probably too late to play. I'm going to play anyway. I used to play every night
Are you ready for the
around 7 or 8 o'clock, and then I'd play until I just got tired of it.
apocalyptic hellscape?
Did that for years, but now my
This month's creative learning classes are on. Wilderness survival. Courses and crafting materials are now available.
internet connection is so bad that I can't do that all the time anymore. And that's why I actually quit for a long time. If you're watching this later, or if you're new here, if you're watching this later and you are not new here, you probably already know how long it's been since I've been streaming, until just this last couple weeks. And is there any down that way? I don't know. I need to get different guns. These wild hogs are pretty tough too, or red hogs. But yeah, when I started streaming again, just recently, started doing it in the mornings instead of night, because I get better internet in the mornings. Connection doesn't seem to be as bad. We got really bad lines around here, and I think the more people that are, well, I think that's kind of true everywhere. The bigger cities and places that have, especially places that have fiber optics, they can handle a bigger load, and you don't lose a lot of bandwidth when a lot of people are on. But you live in a rural area that has crappy internet cables, not non-fiber optic, and you have weather like we do here, really humid, rainforesty type weather, especially in the winter. It just corrodes the crap out of things. So all the lines, that most of them I think are underground, some of them are overground, but they get corroded really bad. So we get, I think every time I walk by here, I've noticed this. It's a actual log. That's supposed to be laying down. I thought it was just a tree last time. Last couple times I've seen it. Thought it was a tree that just was floating. It's actually a log. It should be laying down. This a log? No. Anyway, the internet sucks. Oh yeah. What I was saying is that because the lines are already corroded, you get a little bit of bad crap from that. But on top of that, because they're corroded, the more people that are on, the worse it gets. I mean, really bad. There's not even a whole lot of people that live around here. So you think it wouldn't matter a whole lot. You got like thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people living in, well, now you got hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people living in these big cities. And when they all get on at the same time, it doesn't cause as much problems as the 2,000 people that live in my town cause. But where are the bastards I'm looking for? There's usually a whole herd of hogs right in here. Was that them down there? I see something moving around. Come on, hoggers. Hoggets. So I think what I'm going to do, let me look on the map for a minute. I'm going to go to this road here and just go up the road all the way up to around this lake up here. Then I'll come back and I'll go down this other road until I get to there, and then go across and just follow this edge. See how many of these bastards I can find. I know there's a death claw that's usually right up over there. Girl ghoul. Might as well kill him. Oh man. Earlier when I was on, I was talking about, going shopping. Saying that I said that they had ribeyes on sale at the Safeway that I was going to. And I talked to the guy behind the counter into getting me just 2 steaks. They're on sale for $9.99 a pound. He gave me 2 steaks that were less than a pound and a half each, but they were thick, good. They were good size, but man, they were about a pound and a half, close to a pound and a half a piece. So that's what, about .24 ounce, 23, probably 22 or 23 ounce steaks. And I hardly ever, there's a hogs there. I need to just shoot in the middle of it all. I'll at least get some hits on it. And there's three different types of critters here fighting each other. Okay, here comes the mama. Where'd she go? But I can hardly ever afford any, and I talked the guy into, for the price, you're supposed to get a mega pack, but I talked him into giving me just 2 steaks. And some of them had 4, some of them had 3. I almost got one that had 3, but it's just a little bit more than I could afford. But yeah, have not. I hardly ever had. I hardly ever buy steaks because I can only get them on sale. And I mentioned that earlier. I only in the last year or so, the only steaks that I've even bought were New York steaks because if they're on sale, I can get those halfway cheaper than the steaks that I got today. But I'll always watch out for sales, but they haven't had any good sales in 6 months at least. Ooh, Deathclaw. I'm not going that way. So I had to jump on this, man. Ribeyes, I couldn't beat that. That's almost as good as a T-bone. Well, it's probably better in a lot of ways. I got them in my fridge. I was gonna freeze one of them. I don't have room in my freezer for it though, so I'm gonna end up having to eat both of those within the next couple days, which is okay to me. But I wanted to freeze one and save one for like next month or something. I'm freaking splurge on 2 steaks. But I don't even. That's what I was starting to say. I don't even remember the last time I've ate a ribeye. They look good, man. Dude, pick me some good ones. I just asked him, hey, could you just package me up 2 of them that are less than 1.5 pounds each? And he said, yeah, I'll do that. And so he's the one that picked them. The butcher picked them. I usually will go through, if I'm going to buy them myself, I'll go through them and look at the marbling on them, see which ones have good. Oh no, no. They're all hogs. Oh, they're coming after me now. One of the ones that they had there, that's why I was looking at them, and one of them had just a big chunk of ligament or something right in the middle of it. It wasn't fat. It might have, I don't think it was fat. It's like ligament or something. And that just right in the middle of it, man, it kind of ruined it. The ones he gave me was just good, just light marbling all through it. All through both of them. I was like, damn, that's good, man. Dude knew how to pick them. It's going to be the first time in years that I've freaking had a T-bone, or a ribeye. Want them to be good. I will probably have one tomorrow night for sure. If I can make more room in my freezer, I might throw the other one in the freezer. Now, oh, I don't know what I was going to do. Let's see how many of these I have so far. 15. I got to keep an eye on these because they'll start spoiling. Probably should put on a different card. Let me look at my cards. Good with salt. There it is. Do I have room for that? I need that. Let me get rid of that. good with salt for now. I'll put that one back later. Field surgeon. I need that for my stim packs, but I guess I'll just have to take more stim packs than usual. I have armor. All of my armor, even the can't show it here, but my all my power armor. I have 2 sets of power armor. One that I'm wearing, and then this one that's the Union armor. Local 42. That's the Union for the pit. That's why I named it that. But every piece of armor on this armor and every piece of armor that I'm wearing, that's in the armor that I'm wearing, and every piece of regular armor. This is all Secret Service armor. Has Vanguard. Look over on the right. First star is Vanguard on all of them. Vanguard, like it says up here, grants you 35% energy resistance and damage resistance the higher your health is. So I keep my health all the way up so that I can get resistances. Helps me stay alive more, but that means my HP has to be all the way up all the time. So I end up using a lot of stim packs. I've got, I don't know, a lot in my inventory. Or in my stash, I mean. So I got plenty of them. Anyway, let me check chat again. Oh, God. Wait. After I get the hogs. Is that the only one? All by himself? They usually come in at least 3s. Oh, you know what? Dang. I'm stupid. I need to get Butcher's Bounty on also. Get rid of that one. I'm so stupid. That gives me twice as much meat from each thing I kill. Stupidly did not realize that. Did not realize I didn't have it on me. You tell it's been a long day. I'm tired. My brain's not working right. I should just shut it off and just play. Oh yeah, let me check out chat. Oh, somebody was watching, but they just got off. There's the Deathclaw. I think he's going after some hogs. He's going after something. Yep. Dang it. I'm going to have to get some hits on him. Oh, no. Dang it. I'm trying to tag the damn hogs. Yeah, they're all dead. God, he's after me now. Oh, he hit me. I didn't make it up in time. Damn. That's what happens when you get smacked by a Deathclaw. Oh, I didn't even heal up all the way. I don't know how many of these I actually got. hey. 7 more meats. That's good. Guess I must have got some hits on all of them. Now, if I wouldn't have been wearing my armor, man, he would have, like, one hit me. Whap! Bitch slapped me into next year. Oh, hey! No. Man, this guy's jacking me up. Look at my HP. Now it's going down. Gotta take another stim pack. It was going up and down because the stim pack was healing me while it was hurting me. Let me switch weapons again. Where the hell am I? Like getting up on these big hills and looking around. I am completely the opposite side of the map of the way that I was planning on going. I was going to go down the right side of the map first and then come down the left side of the map. Looks like I'm doing the opposite now. But I know there's quite a few right on this road. And through the middle, there's a dry riverbed. There seems to be a lot of them there too. That's right on the other side of this mountain. I need 56 of them. Is that what I said? How many I got now? Yep. I need it. Oop, 23. Almost halfway there. I wonder how far this way I can go. I'm right at the edge of the map. Oop. Can't go that way. That's the edge of the map. I was a lot closer than I thought. Oh, hey, Junktown. No, not the Junktown in California, though. Does anybody know what is Junktown in the NCR? All the different towns are based on real California towns. Like Shady Sands, I think, was supposed to be Bakersfield. Then the TV show, they got it all screwed up. Shady Sands is somewhere between Fresno and Bakersfield. That's where I'm from, originally. They have a Mariposa Army base. Some kind of, I think that's where the Enclave was, doing experiments and stuff like the FEV virus. This is going back to Fallout 1 and 2 and even Tactics, I don't know. A lot of stuff that they talk about in Fallout New Vegas also. They have the Boneyard. They have Junktown, Boneyard. Boneyard, I'm pretty sure is supposed to be LA. Usually see those bastards running around. Gotta look close though, because they kind of blend in. Oh wait, where's those woods? Where am I on the map right now? I think I'm way too north where I wanted to be. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not even close. There's some woods right up here that usually have a bunch of them. right north of me a little ways. Over that way, I think. Those might be the woods. Let me go that way. Anyways, TV show just had their season finale this last week. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty good, man. It's... Oh, shit. It's a lot different than I expected it to be because of the political crap that goes on in real life. The writers of the different shows really lean way too far into the political fantasy world that they're in. I think I mentioned something about that earlier and yesterday, about how character creation back in the old days, there was a pretty good line between good and evil. I used to take when I was in a junior college. I never had enough money to go to a actual state college or university or anything. But the junior college that I went to, they had a pretty good two pretty good professors that taught creative writing and filmmaking, and another really crazy professor that actually taught acting and stuff like that. And I took all those classes for years. I took 5 semesters of filmmaking, and creative writing was a two semester course, and I asked them for an extra credit if I could take it a couple more times. So I took that 4 times. And they teach you about character creation. And film appreciation was another one. They had a 2-semester film appreciation course. And it's the same 2 professors taught filmmaking, film appreciation, and creative writing. Same 2 professors, and I took classes from both of them 2 different times, except for the one of them I took his filmmaking class 3 different times. So 4 semesters of each thing, and then 4 semesters of the first 2, and then 5 of filmmaking. And they teach you about, in creative writing and film appreciation, they teach you about character creation and how movies use real life characters and subjects and exaggerate them to make them, more entertaining. Not as mundane as us regular folk, But when you create a character, sometimes it makes a good story to play with a character's learning experience. That's the key. And all good characters should start out with a lot of flaws, but likable. They have to be likable with a lot of flaws, and then throughout the story, they learn, and by the end of the story, they're like a different person. Like there's an epiphany that they understand some of their faults, and by the end they're over with. All, or or like Easy Rider, they're dead. I don't know if they understood their faults too much. Well, they did, because they were exploring. That movie was really good in the way it was made. It's really good. Stuff like Clint Eastwood, that his movies were a little bit different because he never really learned anything, because he always played this really benevolent type person, but was also doing things for his own benefit, which I actually like those movies. But they do, you know who the hero is, and you know who the villains are. And somewhere along the line, some of the movies way back in even the 80s and 90s started changing a little bit their idea of that. And now it just seems really fashionable to make villains relatable. I don't know when exactly they started doing that, and that's just really messed up. Okay, so going back to Fallout, the TV series, I thought that's what they were going to do, and they kind of do. I mean, the ghoul character is pretty evil, and it shows his backstory and tries to show you why he's the way he was, because he was apparently a really decent person when he was alive before he was a ghoul, before he was the Walking Dead. And he just changed over the years because of things. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it. But it's still, it kind of reconciles a lot of his beliefs and why he's feeling that way, and it seems like he's starting to become a better person, but you really can't tell in like I said, with modern writing, because they want you to feel sorry for the bad guys. That's what they do. And then they want you to be disgusted by the good guys sometimes. It's like a bizarro world of storytelling. That's not the way a good character is designed. And I think I mentioned this earlier too, about Star Wars. That's what they started doing with some of the last 4 or 5 Star Wars shows, and they, I think, put all that into that new series, which I haven't watched, newer series, The Accolade. I haven't watched it because of that, because it just seems like it's too forced from the clips that I've seen. They try to force you to like somebody that's unlikable. And I personally, I don't see how people can even like that, how they could do that. Because inside your conscience and everything inside of you is telling you, man, this person is just a jackass. Not even just evil, they're just a jackass. How could you like a person like that? But they think what it is that society has programmed younger generations into thinking. God, Cape Cricket, not a good time, Cape Cricket. Bad timing. I don't want to fight that. And there's another one. 2 more. I want to fight them hogs at the same time I'm fighting Cape Crickets. Cape Crickets mess you up. Where'd those hogs go? Oh, what? Where's my other gun? Son of a bitch. I guess that worked pretty good, though. How did I switch guns? So, when you're using a keyboard, I think you can put more hotkey guns, you know, guns on your hotbar or whatever, which would be your number keys. But with this, you have two guns that you can switch back and forth with, unless you go into your menu and switch again. And I have this one, and for some reason, I had the Tesla. What I had just a while ago was this, which is the cremator, which I still have in my hotkeys, and the rust gun. This one. Right in the middle of a fight. Oh, God. Right in the middle of a fight, I go to try to switch, and I have the wrong gun. That just will get me killed, man. That can get me killed. Okay, good. Make sure I got everything. Oh, what just happened? I must have missed one of them somewhere. That shouldn't have did that. Is there another one? There's one there. One there. There's one down here. It's another one. Oh well. How many of those I got now? 38. Need about 20, no, 18 more. Anyway, yeah, I don't see how people... Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. That somehow society, younger people, got brainwashed into thinking that they have to think like the collective, like everybody else. They have to think, they have to believe in what everybody else believes in, and their mind is telling them one thing. No, this is just stupid, you know. And their social conscience. You have your inner conscience, your own conscience, your individual personal conscience, which I'm not going to get into my whole feelings about what that really is, but you have your inner conscience that's telling you one thing, and you have a social conscience that is making you feel guilty by thinking that way, and so you think completely something different. You think what the media and the people that are in charge wants you to think. The people that are telling these stories, and that's why they're writing the stories the way they are, because they're trying to make you feel like that's the way you should think. There was a book a long time ago by George Orwell, 1984, that he actually explains how how they brainwash people, how societies, how a government, how a society can brainwash people. And it should be required reading for everybody, but I don't know why it's not in schools anymore. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but maybe when they do read it, the freaking teachers tell you a different moral to it or something. But the main moral is that you can get brainwashed by society, by the people that are in charge. When I was younger, well, that was going through when I was real young, I was going through the 60s and 70s. It was a complete time, here we go, more. It was a complete time of rebellion against authority. And that's not what they're really rebelling against right now. There's two different authorities now that are competing for that, for people's attention. You have the right wing and the left wing, and they're extremes most times. Oh, the right wing's not completely extreme, and the left wing's not completely extreme for that matter. It's some of the people that are in charge that are on the extreme ends of what is right and wrong. And they want to keep, instead of keeping everybody against authority in general, which that's what it was in the 60s and 70s, even in the 80s we kind of rebelled against authority. And somewhere around the 90s, kids stopped, well, they did. I mean, grunge was a rebellion against authority also. But they, somewhere along the line, in the 2000s, I'd say probably, people started rebelling against the others, not the authority. Society has got them to think that they need authority, which it's good to have authority. Don't get me wrong, but kids need that rebellious thing. They need to go through that, but if they go through it in the right way, they aren't destructive. But when they think that one authority is better than another authority, so they rebel against the other authority, and then you have the people on the right are rebelling against the left authority, and the people on the left are rebelling against the right authority, and the people that are in charge of both sides are wanting that to happen because it keeps us stupid about what they're doing. It keeps us completely ignorant of what they're doing behind closed doors, you know, what they're doing with our tax dollars, what they're doing with everything else. As long as they can keep us at each other's throats, then we don't think about what they're doing. Because they're the authority. They're good. No, they're not. That is the main reason that the United States was even set up in the first place, as a rebellion against authority. And the authority would be the government itself, not law, because you need law and order, but the government itself. The United States was set up so that we would have less government interference in our personal lives. Oh, there's more. Good. As long as we have less government interference, we have a chance to make up our own minds about things, and we don't get brainwashed. But like I said, somewhere along the line, they realized that they can take total control of us, and then the whole fear-mongering thing, that's what it is. If you're being told by media to fear something, fear the others in your own country, then there's something wrong. We should be working together to make the country a place where you don't have to fear things like that. And I see, I'm more centered. I'm right down the middle, I think, on political issues. That's not counting religious issues, which I think are a completely different category. Sometimes they intertwine, but one side is using complete fear tactics against the other side. Both sides, I think, but I think the left is doing it a lot more nowadays. There's so many things going on that they try to keep younger people afraid of. Global warming. You haven't heard a whole lot about global warming lately, but people still go after about it. ICE, that's the big one nowadays. They make people afraid of it. I hear people on the news, white people, American citizens, saying that they're literally afraid of ICE for their own personal safety. Like the media is trying to tell them that ICE is Nazis, but the thing is ICE has always been around. They weren't called ICE before Obama. They were called something else, but it was still the same thing. They were just trying to keep other people out of our country that don't belong here. And because of our cultural differences, it has nothing to do with skin color, which that's another thing they make people afraid of. I heard a white person lately just putting down whites in general. I heard a politician. I'm thinking I think he was pretty high up in the government too. On the left, saying, and he was, I think he was either Hispanic or Middle Eastern. I'm not sure, but he was saying that all minorities have to get together against the oppressors, because this is freaking completely racist, and people don't say that things are racist because we're a majority white country, but he thinks that we're not a majority anymore, white people. He said that the white society, white people have oppressed all other races. Not like other races have never oppressed anybody else. Go to China and say that. Go to Africa and say that in certain places. They know different. But they say that whites have oppressed people for too long. Just go back a few hundred years or 1,000 years and look at the differences of things. It's just the whole world was like that. The whole world had evil and goodness. But he was saying that all minorities need to get together and take this country over. That is complete fear-mongering, and they're not only trying to scare all the minorities, they're also trying to scare all the white people that are on the left. And that's where the white people get brainwashed on the left. is because they don't even realize that they're the ones that are getting oppressed now. They are totally oppressed. Nobody on the right is oppressed, no matter what nationality they are, no matter what race they are. They are all free and understand that. And they understand oppression differently, especially if they're Christian. As a matter of fact, that's getting to be a real oppressed class of people right now. People are really going against. Oh, hey, what's going on over here? got a hot dog cook-off going on. But yeah, it's just crazy to me how that happened, and I seriously understand that it's all in the way that they made movies and TV character creation and games like this. How they started making the characters. And it's all based on this idea of pitting everybody against each other. We can't pit each other against, we can't pit ourselves against other people that we don't really know. We have no idea how they live. We have no idea what motivates them. All we're going by is some Hollywood news media crazy fantasy world idea of how others are. Everything that I've heard on the news, no matter if it's coming from the right or the left, is not how people really live, and somehow they believe it. I'm sitting here ranting. It's because I'm sitting here looking for these rat hogs, and there's nothing else to do but sit here and rant. Anyway, let me check the chat out. I probably scared everybody off. Oh, there's still a couple people. Oh, error. Hey, Jack. Welcome back. I'm glad they fixed cryogenic damage with the patch today. They did that. I hope they fixed the... I haven't even checked that yet. I hope they fixed the camp bug. That was the main thing. I didn't even see any patch notes, or I would have read them. That's why I don't watch the news or look at social media besides for memes. Yeah. Too many people stir the pot. They did fix the camp bug. Oh, good. I'm going to go check that out after I'm done here. Wait, how many do I got now? 51. I'm almost there. I need 56. About 2 more groups of these. Well, no, 1 more. Oh, wait, what's that? 1 more group of them will probably do it. Did I need 5 more? Wait. How many did I need? 56. Yeah, I need 5 more then. Okay, there's usually some... There's a tower over here somewhere. Wait, where am I? Where am I? The church. Wait, where? Highway town. Where the hell is... I completely passed this place up. There's usually... Oh, no, I went this way, around that way. There's usually a few of them right over here. I'm going to go over there. I went way west of there. I try not to watch the news. After Charlie Kirk got killed, I really wanted to find out what was going on, what caused it and everything else, and So I started watching a little bit. What's going on way over there? No, I don't want to. I'm trying to see what's going on with this. Oh shit! I'm getting bit in the ass. But it got me right back on watching stuff. Not news in general, but just certain people. Oh shit! Oh. Okay, this is not a good place. I'm going somewhere else. You go. Is this? No, it's south. I need to go east. Let me go this way. Anyway, I feel bad for anybody that's growing up in this day and age, because when I was growing up, the worst we had to watch out for, the worst thing that could happen to you is nothing. We didn't have any fears. Oh, there's one. We had fears, but they were normal type of fears. Just like a generation after me had to start watching out for people shooting them. Drive-by shootings and things like that. The worst that you had to fear when I was a kid is, if you got in a fight at least, is that you might get a black eye or a bloody nose. Then you got to worry about getting stabbed. And then nowadays it's more like getting shot. It's crazy. Yep, I got enough of them. I'm going to go back to my camp. That's been going on for a lot of years, man. Even up into the 80s. If you went out, by that time I was a young adult, and I go out to bars and stuff, and if there was a bar fight, it'd be settled with fists. Now some stupid ass is going to come in with a gun and blow the whole freaking place away, you know? You have to worry about that crap nowadays, at least. It's because people have gone nuts. And it's from that being pit against each other. And it's the elite that do that so that we don't know what they're doing. This whole... I'm hoping I don't expect a whole lot from the whole Epstein thing, because there's too many powerful people that were involved in that for it to actually come completely out in the open. But I think what is going to really shake the world up and maybe wake up younger people, you know, teenagers and young adults, and even up into the 30s, because some of the people that are in their 30s, and hopefully some of these freaking crazy old white ladies that hate their own people, you know. I'm not personally, I don't think that whites are my people, even though I'm mostly white, but they do. That's their own words, you know. They hate white people. And everybody hates white people. But I don't know what's going on anymore. Somewhere along the line, it just got too much government control, and it like I said, it pits people against each other. so that we don't know what they're doing. Oh, that's what I was saying. Epstein files. Oh, how did I do that? Like I said, I don't think nothing is going to come out of the Epstein files that we don't already know. But what I'm hoping that happens with it is that people will realize how much power some people have. That's not what I want to do. There's always going to be the elite. There's always going to be people that think they're better than you, and they have power and they can get away with stuff. But we need to understand that they should only be able to get away with stuff in their own lives, not that it involve other people. And also they should be held accountable when they get evil, when they do evil acts. But for the normal person, I hope that this shows them that we don't want those people in charge of us. Except the only this is I've thought this for a long time. I've studied the Constitution and the making of it and why the founding fathers were the way they are and why they came up with the things that they did. And the reason why they wanted limited government, they wanted checks and balances and everything else, is because people are basically disturbed. All of us are. And I don't want to get into religion too much, but the only people that know this completely are Christians, because they realize that, and Jewish people too, most Jews, if they're actually really religious, is that humans are flawed. All of us are. And the only way to be a good person is to ask God to help you become a good person. You cannot do it on your own. And if you don't understand that and don't believe in God, or just don't follow that, even if you believe in God, you still have to follow that if you want to try to be less flawed. You're never going to become completely perfect, but you're going to become less flawed. But if most people don't believe that they're flawed, they don't believe that other people are flawed, then we have flawed people telling us what to do. And that's what I hope comes out of this Epstein stuff, is I hope that it will open people's eyes to the fact that we have some really dumbass, evil people that are in charge of what we're supposed to be doing with our own lives. And get those checks and balances back into the government, so that they don't have control over us. Like I said, the only thing that a government is for, and this is what the founding fathers first thought of, decided, and this is how they came up with the United States and the Constitution, is the only thing a government is for is to keep us from hurting each other. For us to create civil laws for the benefit of everybody, not for the benefit of just one or two people, but for the benefit of everybody, and give the government limited power to enforce those laws. And that's it. Not create all these stupid ass laws. Did you know in Tennessee, in I think it was Memphis or Nashville, one of the two, and this is a pretty much Republican state. And I think it's a state law. I don't think it's a city ordinance. I think it's a state thing where if you want to start a business, you have to go through a business bureau that will tell you whether there's too many of people in that field or not. And if there's too many people, they say no. You cannot start the business. It might just be a city thing in one of the big cities there. But this is a freaking Republican state. And it's worse in Democrat states. But this is just an example that you have to go, and the board of this committee is ran by the other businesses. So it's your competition. Say you want to be a landscaper, and you buy all the stuff, or maybe you don't even buy it yet. You go to try to get a loan, and you talk to the banker, and the banker knows all this stuff, so they go to this board and ask the board, well, and they say, well, the board says, well, what part of the city is this guy wanting to do his landscaping in? And the banker says, okay, well, this part of the city. And they'll check their records and stuff and say, oh, we already got 15 landscapers in that area. No, that can't happen. So we're not going to give them the license. So then the banker won't even give you the money to loan you to get the equipment. That should not happen. That should be you should be able, if you come up with an idea how to make a living without having to, and want to do it on your own, without having to work for somebody else, you should be able to do that. And that's just like one law out of hundreds of thousands of laws around this country that are completely freaking stupid. There is... Did you know... Here's another thing. Did you know that in... I think they said like 25 states in the United States, 28 states in the United States, that they can confiscate your property just out of suspicion. California's a little bit bad about this, but they actually threw in something that this is one of the good things that they did. Okay, say a police officer stops you in your car, and he finds a reason to search you or something. You know, they'll find some kind of reason if they want to search your car. And say okay, this happened to one guy too. Okay, so he had just taken out money out of the bank to go buy some stuff for a business that he was getting ready to buy or to start. He had like $28,000, and when the police stopped him, they saw the money sitting in a seat or something, and said, "Well, what's in the envelope?" And he showed them, and they said, "We don't know what this money's for." They asked what it's for, and they said, "We don't know what this money's for. We will take it down to the police station until you can prove what it's for." And he said, "Well, I'm buying." He was right on his way to buy something. I think it was a big oven, a industrial oven for a bakery or something. I can't remember. And they took his money, and it took him 6 months to get his money back. And sometimes states, they can do this, and it's a forfeit. It's some kind of a forfeit clause. Certain states, you can't even get the money back. And that's true. That's true shit, man. Anyway, let's see how far I got on this. I went on a rant tonight, man. I shouldn't do this at night. I don't rant as much in the daytime. Here we go. Let's see. 42? That's it? Wait, that don't sound right. What did I have before I started? Thought I had 20 something already, and I just made at least 28. And with the... Oh wait, no, maybe I didn't have that many. I'd have to check the start one. Wait, let me check something. What they turn into when I cooked them? Oh, grilled. Right this way. I got 38. Okay. So yeah, I think I had 9. I think I had 9 before, huh? That's a good chunk though, right there. Now I need 30. I made 38. So I only had like 4. I'd have to check back at the start of the video. Maybe I only had 4. Huh. Wait, no. Yeah, 4. Anyway, that's a good start. I need to get a lot more spices. Get the rest of these. But I cooked 50, I think I had 58. So that would have been 24. So I got... Am I doing this math right? Yeah, I would have got 24 out of 58 meats. And I got 42. No, 58 meat. See, I'm wrong. I would have got 29. So 42, that's 39. 13 more. I actually got 13 more when I made them just by using the Super Duper. So that's cool. So it seems like all I really need is to get about another 20 spices, and I should have enough. I got like 10 extra. I don't know. We'll see. Let me go. Speaking of spices, let's go see if there's any in here real quick. Oh, dang it! I need to get unencumbered. Sugar and salt. Let me check chat again real quick, because I got to get off in a few minutes. Doing security. I just noticed that you on late tonight. You're not working outside today. I was going to, but I got busy in here, and I went shopping. What I was talking about this morning is I went shopping. Are you even on here still? I think I missed you. Says that nobody's watching now. For the last, oh, no, somebody's watching now. 2 people. Okay. Never mind. So, anyway, when I got off to today, I went shopping, and I did a few other things. It took me a while to get back. I didn't get back till probably 3 or 4. And I could have went out there and worked on some stuff, but I had to put all my groceries away. And after I got done doing that, I was hungry again, so I ate something. By that time, it was just too late to do anything outside. And I was bored, so I started doing this. And I'm done now, though. I'm ready to get off. Let me get back to game for here for a second. Scrap all this crap. Oh crap, I'm scrapping stuff without even looking at it. Need to keep an eye on melee weapons that need repaired. All right. Anyway, that's all for tonight. What's tomorrow? Tuesday? Yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow morning. Sometime between 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock Pacific time. Depending on how fast I wake up. Takes me a while to get my butt up and doing things. I'm tired now. I hope I don't just fall asleep and then I'll wake up way too early tomorrow. Anyway, till then, leave a like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. All that stuff helps and might keep my channel alive. It was on its last legs. I'm trying to revive it. Also, if you want to get notified when I'm doing my streams, hit that bell. And I hope to see you next time. Have a good one, guys. Adios.